This Supra sounds so good, even in stock form. Honestly, I think it's one of the best modern stock exhaust systems. I would actually go as far as to say that this car sounds better than the GDM3, stock for stock. But in today's video, guys, we're gonna make it sound even better. Not with an exhaust system that I am working on. Don't worry, we will eventually get an exhaust system for this car and maybe a downpipe. Not just any downpipe, by the way. But anyways, the mods that we're gonna be installing today are gonna make the car sound better. But again, it's not an exhaust, it's not a downpipe. I'm sure a lot of you can guess what it is. If you can't, just stay tuned because I'll show you guys when I get back home. So for those who couldn't guess what it is, today guys, we're gonna be installing the MST air intake for the B58 in this GR Supra. Not only that, we also have the inlet pipe as well. If you guys don't know why this is so special, well, I'll show you in a minute because this is also gonna help the air intake sound that much better. And not only that, guys, not only do we have the intake, we also have the Keys Motorsports aluminum charge pipe. So as always, huge shout out and thank you to Keys Motorsports for sending this out to me. This is gonna make the car sound so much better, guys. It's gonna bring out the turbo noise. And then once we get the exhaust, both of those things combined is gonna sound insane. Anyways, we're gonna get installing these things because I really wanna hear how these things sound like. Now, if you guys are gonna do either of these mods, I would strongly suggest doing them both at the same time because to do the charge pipe, at least the easier way, you need to remove your intake anyway. So if you're gonna remove your intake, you might as well swap it out for an MST one, right? So there's nothing too complicated with this install, at least I hope not. Gotta remove the strut brace just so we have clearance. All right, we're switching to the power tools already. Now we should be able to remove it. Yep. And just like that, the massive bulky air box is out. So even just on the main box, you guys can see how many like muffles and things like that to reduce their sound. So even if you just replace this will make your car sound louder. But not only that, guys, we're also gonna be replacing the inlet pipe, which is this piece right here, which has some additional muffles and things like that to further reduce the sound. But to remove this piece, there's an extra step. Well, there's actually a few extra steps. We need to remove this like hose right over here. And then I think after that, it's just a clamp holding it onto the turbo. All right, so quick update, guys. I removed whatever's connecting this inlet pipe. So now, should be able to just pull this away. So while I was down there, I also disconnected the C-clamp holding in the charge pipe, just because I mean, might as well. But with this out of the way, guys, I think we can actually start installing the air intake. But before we even do that, because the air intake would be in the way of the charge pipe, we're actually gonna do the charge pipe first. We're gonna install the new charge pipe, and then we'll install the new air intake. So it kind of makes sense to do them both together. Yeah, I think everything is all loose and out. Now we just have to figure out how to maneuver this up and away. Well, this is turning into the most annoying part. My goodness. I feel like a doctor giving birth right now. Or delivering, not giving. That sounded weird. We're so close though. Ah, I got it. Thank God. I never want to do that again. So with the old charge pipe out, let me give you guys a sneak peek at the new Keys charge pipe. This thing looks so much better. It is made out of aluminum. You get some extra benefits like having these like bongs, I think you'd refer to them, if you want to run meth injection and all that type of stuff. We're not going to be doing that, but on the Supra, guys, let this be a little teaser. One of the reasons why you'd run an aluminum charge pipe as opposed to the original plastic BMW one is if you're running bigger power, bigger boost on a B58 or any other BMW engine. So we'll just say that. And a few moments later, we have the Keys charge pipe installed and ready to go. Now, I know I've been skipping through a lot of stuff and this isn't like an official DIY, but just some words of advice if you're gonna be doing this to your car or any other car. It is possible to hide the tightening thing or, you know, this part that you actually screw in, you guys know what I'm talking about, behind, and you can still easily reach it. So that's what I did. It gives it a nice cleaner look. But yeah, otherwise, guys, the install on this was actually pretty easy. Like, it wasn't bad at all. Without the air intake here, you have so much more room. You can easily see where the charge pipe goes into the turbo. So shout out to Keys Motorsports. Again, if you guys want this, the link's down in the description below. Now what we have to do next is install the MST intake, which I think should be easy. Now, like I said before, not only do we have the intake, but we also have the inlet pipe, which is this massive, massive silicone piece. So this should make it sound even better. We have the air filter, we have the heat shield, and we also have two covers. Now, normally when you order this, you get the standard like black cover, which is cool, but you won't be able to see your intake cone. But shout out to Keys Motorsports and my man Gary, because he hooked it up with a clear one. But with this, you'll be able to see right through it. You'll be able to see the intake cone, and it's just gonna look a lot cooler. So if you guys do want this, you can purchase this separately. I would highly recommend it. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna get to installing this thing because again, this is the one that I'm really excited about. The charge pipe is great, but the intake should make it sound so much cooler. So let's just get into this thing. So skipping ahead a little bit here, guys, we have the inlet pipe in, we have the hose attached to it, and now I just have to basically tighten it up. That took some wrestling, but I think I got it in there. Now all we have to do is just tighten it. What I want to do first is put on the cone and make sure that everything actually fits and lines up. This takes a lot more physical effort than I expected. Oh well. Alright, and last thing now, guys, is the cover, which again, we're using the clear one. And just a few moments later, the air intake is officially on. I put the strut braces back in and everything. We do have plenty of clearance. The clear cover, by the way, guys, is definitely the move. It's so much better being able to see the air filter, whereas the black one, I'm sure it's gonna look good, but I mean, this just being able to see through, it's just so much cooler. But overall, guys, like the engine bay just looks so much cleaner, so much more empty without all those like muffles over here. Again, we have the Keys aluminum charge pipe, nicely powder coated in a nice, simple gloss black. We will get more color in this engine bay at some point. We'll get some better strut braces, we'll get some like aluminum caps, all that type of stuff. But for now, guys, I think it's gonna sound absolutely amazing. So with that said, let's not waste any more time. Let's take the car for a drive, because I think you're not really gonna hear it while it's stationary, kind of similar to the G80 M3, but we should be able to hear it while we're driving. This is gonna be the moment of truth. Hopefully everything is on tight. Hopefully everything is, well, hopefully nothing is leaking. Smell the tires. Let's see if we can hear this thing though. Oh, that sounds so good. I don't know how well you guys can hear it because the wind buffeting and all that, but hold on, let's try this again. It sounds good. Again, not sure how much you guys can hear because of all the wind noise. Does it sound better than the M3? I actually don't know. I actually think the M3 sounds better. All right, I just stopped on the side of the road just to make sure everything was tight and everything was good. It seems like we're all good. Everything is tight, nothing's coming loose. I get a little paranoid with all these clamps and these like fittings, but let's hear this thing one more time. There it goes. It sounds good. It's not as loud as I was expecting it to be, and I think that's because the shield. This car is so much fun to drive. It definitely sounds good. Again, I'm not sure if the camera's doing it justice because of the wind noise. What I gotta do, guys, is get those DJI things and put the mic inside the engine bay. But yeah, overall, sounds good. I really like it. Maybe eventually we'll get a blow-off valve and then obviously an exhaust. That's coming soon, hopefully. But otherwise, I'm just gonna wrap up this video here. So if you guys enjoyed it, drop it a like, hit that subscribe button. Oh, yeah, it sounds good. Okay, if you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like, hit that subscribe button. And with that said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
If you don't listen that much, 'cause some of y'all don't listen.